Welcome back everyone to another edition of Figures from the Attic. Again, I appreciate you guys watching, commenting. All the feedback is highly appreciated. Keep it coming. But today's review, let's get right into it, is kind of an interesting one. Kind of a time capsule, a moment in time. This is Shawn Michaels, but it's not any regular Shawn Michaels. This is Shawn Michaels from 2002. He had just come back after a 4-year absence. Famously, he had a return match against Triple H at SummerSlam that year. Amazing match. If you haven't watched it, highly recommend it. But this figure is from a couple of months after that comeback. He had just become World Heavyweight Champion at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view at Survivor Series. And he hadn't quite nailed down his attire yet. You know, back in the 90s, he had the classic tights with the hearts and the different multicolors. Probably my favorite attire of all time was that run in the 90s from Shawn Michaels. But he had worn jeans in this comeback. He wore those infamous poop brown tights with the cowboy boots. And then he wore this. This was on an episode of Monday Night Raw in his only match against Rob Van Dam. Decent match. Probably didn't live up to the hype, you know, considering that was a dream match for some, but it's a pretty good match. But yeah, this was the attire he wore during that match. It's very un-HBK-like. It's just plain black tights with HBK along the sides. Really, really generic. Something you would see like out of a Create a Wrestler in one of the SmackDown versus Raw games. He's got the short ponytail on the back. He doesn't have any wrist tape. He doesn't have even a tattoo. He doesn't have his classic Shawn Michaels tattoo on his arm. This is very bare bones, very basic. It is in pretty good shape. This is not from my original collection. I picked this up along the way a couple of years back. So I guess whoever did have it kept it in very good shape. So thank you for that. But yeah, very tight joints, which is tough to find in old Jakks figures. And but other than that, it's really nothing special. Especially for a Shawn Michaels figure who has so many legendary classic figures. This is definitely not one of them. But I'm glad I do have it though, because again, it captures a moment in time. He wore this one time, one match, and they made a figure for it. So go figure, right? But anyway, as an overall score, I can't go higher than a 5 on this, especially for Shawn Michaels. He has so many better figures than this. So don't go out of your way to get this. Don't go out of your way to try to get it added to your collection. It's definitely not worth it. Even the boots. He just has generic laced up boots, which obviously he never wore. He used to have the boots with the hearts along the side, motocross boots in the 90s, but definitely nothing so generic like this. But yeah, that's basically the word for this figure, is generic, which you never would have thought would apply to Shawn Michaels, but here we are. And that's the review for today. Thanks for watching.